great persecution arose against the assembly which was in Jerusalem in that day. They were all scattered abroad throughout the regions of Judea and Samaria. Shaul ravaged the assembly, entering into every house, and dragged both men and women off to prison. Therefore those who were scattered abroad went around preaching the word. But Shaul, still breathing threats and slaughter against the disciples of Yah'shua, went to the high priest and asked for letters from him to the synagogue of Damascus, that if he found any who were of the way, whether men or women, he might bring them bound to Jerusalem. On the road to Damascus, I heard a voice in the light. Why do you persecute me, Shaul, and kick against the spikes? I cried, who are you, Master? He said, Yah'shua, now rise and get you into the city. But I had lost my sight. They led me like a blind man down that street called Straight. There was a man named Yehuda. He had a room where I could stay. For 3 days I fasted. I couldn't eat or drink. I was headed in a whole new direction, but it isn't the way you think. Let no man say that I don't obey the Torah, 'cause I would never claim that it's been done away. In Yahuwah's name, I'm a bondslave to Yah'shua. But there's no need to fear. His perfect love is here. Yah'shua gave me a vision, then he restored my sight. He said, you will be my witness, Paul, for the rest of your life. I'm sending you to my people, and my Ruach will open their eyes, and they will turn away from darkness and come again to my light. You will preach my forgiveness and the remission of sin. He said, the faithful ones will be set apart. I'll bring them into my inheritance. This is the faith of Abraham, and it's the hope of the 12 tribes. To attain this promise, I serve Yah'shua day and night. So let no man say that I don't obey the Torah, 'cause I would never claim that it's been done away. In Yahuwah's name, I'm a bondslave to Yah'shua. I'll never compromise. So save your alibis. Imon Kiva, he wrote about me in his second letter, chapter 3. He said, wicked men will twist my words out of ignorance and unbelief. See, we have warned you beforehand, so do not be surprised. Hold fast to the scriptures and don't believe their lies. Timothy, remember me when I have finished this race. I have fought the good fight, and I have kept the faith. See this crown of righteousness Yah'shua stored up for me, and not for me alone, but for all who love his appearing. So let no man say that I don't obey the Torah, 'cause I would never claim that it's been done away. In Yahuwah's name, I'm a bondslave to Yah'shua. But there's no need to fear. His perfect love lives here. Brothers, my heart's desire and my prayer to Elohim is for Israel, that they may be saved. For Messiah is the fulfillment of the law, for righteousness to everyone who believes. For Moshe writes about the righteousness of the law. The one who does them will live by them. For the word is near you, in your mouth and in your heart. That is the word of faith which we preach. That if you will confess with your mouth the Master Yah'shua and believe in your heart that Elohim raised him from the dead, you will be saved. But if some of the branches were broken off, and you, being a wild olive, were grafted in among them, and became partaker with them of the root and of the richness of the olive tree, do not boast over the branches. Remember, it is not you who support the root, but the root supports you. You may say, branches were broken off that I might be grafted in. That's true. But by their unbelief they were broken off, and you now stand by your faith. Don't be conceited, but fear. For if Elohim didn't spare the natural branches, neither will he spare you. But if they don't continue in their unbelief, they will be grafted back in, for Elohim is able to graft them in again. And so all Yisrael will be saved, even as it is written, there will come out of Zion the deliverer, and he will turn away ungodliness from Yaakov. This is my covenant to them, when I will take away their sins.